Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the High School Blitz, brought to you by the Austin American-Statesman. And as always, I'm joined by Thomas Jones. And Thomas, it was a pretty wacky weekend of football around the Central Texas. But let's start where we always start. Who do you give a game ball to this weekend?
Hey, I'm looking at Vista Ridge's running back, Tylan Mayberry, transfer, moved into the district from Hayes before the season. What did he do against Leander? Ran for 210 yards, 3 touchdowns. Why is that important? It gives Vista Ridge their first win of the season. And Ty Mayberry did a good job. They established the run. So that's my game ball.
They're fortunate to have him. I'm going to give it mine to a guy that neither of us had known very much before the season, Tavier Dunlap. He's a sophomore from Del Valle. All he did, TJ, 390 yards rushing on only 24 carries. He had TD runs of 67, 81, 11, and 13 yards. So I have a feeling we're going to see this guy for a few more years.
Yeah, 310 on 24. I'm not good at math, but that's a pretty good average.
That's a good game. What did you learn this weekend?
You know, I went and saw Cedar Creek and Bastrop in a District 13 5A Division II game, and between that game and some other crazy games, I learned that district is wacky banana pants nutso. I don't know who the best team is. Look, you had Bastrop come from 14 down at half to win 29-28 in a crazy, wild game. It was fun. Elgin beat Marble Falls 57-50 in a back-and-forth game that Elgin scored a touchdown in the final minute. And then to top it off, Brenham was down, 31-7 to Eastview at half. They win 35-34. I don't know who's going to make the playoffs in that district. The best team may be a first-year program in Glenn. I know Weiss isn't that great, but that's it. Everything else is up for grabs.
Well, that's what I call banana pants nutso.
That's good.
That's a good one. What did I learn? I learned that Hutto obviously is a good offensive team. We knew that before the season started, and they're going to roll. They're going to outscore, as we say in the business, a lot of opponents. But their defense is getting better. They have a player by the name of Landon Watson. He's a sophomore defensive end. He was all over the field against Georgetown. They only gave up 14 points to a very good Georgetown team. So if Hutto's going to go anywhere in the state playoffs, it's only because their defense is going to match what their offense can do. So Hutto is playing good on both sides.
Yeah, and the Watson kid is really drawing the attention of some recruiters. I know he's been to a couple of camps at UT. Tom Herman has his eye on him, so keep an eye on him.
One of the intriguing teams in Central Texas this year, Vandergrift, 5-0, and it seems like every game is close. And they won another 3-pointer the other day. Why do you think that Vandergrift has sustained these winning ways?
Well, they've been winning for a long time. We know Coach Drew Sanders is good. We know they play great defense. But look at their special teams. They're winning all these close games. Their punter, Lucas Jasinski, averages almost 40 yards a punt. He's pinned 6 inside the 20. Tim Barney, their outstanding kicker, 18-20 on point after attempts, and he's made all 6 of his field goals, including in one a clutch kick in overtime to beat Cedar Ridge.
What I like about Vandergrift is they don't turn the ball over. So far this season, in 5 games, they've had total 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. On the contrary, their defense has taken away 13 takeaways. So, you know what they say about, takeaways, giveaways. 13-4, you're going to win some games.
That's plus
9. I went to UTEP. I figured that one out. Last but not least for this edition, give me a quarterback, TJ, that's kind of flown under the radar, who's actually had outstanding numbers this year.
Look, and he quarterbacks a team that's a bit under the radar because they're in the same district with Dripping Springs. Brian Batts has been on LBJ's varsity for 3 years now. He's played some Wildcat quarterback, he's played running back, he's played defensive back. But this year he's basically a full-time quarterback, and he's playing really well. He spreads the ball to all those weapons LBJ has. He's accounted for 15 total touchdowns. And I'm not counting this past game against Reagan that they won 72-0. In the game 2 weeks ago against McAllen that they won in the district opener, 198 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, another 66 yards on the ground. He's a very good dual threat for that team.
And LBJ is playing very well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Tanner Pruitt. You just mentioned Dripping Springs.
Yeah.
Tanner Pruitt, Dripping Springs, is first-year quarterback. I was worried about Dripping Springs before the season because Trevor Greenman was such a mainstay at quarterback last year. He was all-state caliber player. But Pruitt, he's got 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The average is about 230 yards passing a game. And they're winning. They're 4-1. So Dripping Springs, the beat goes on for them. They're in a district where, like you said, it's up in the air, but I think they can win that district. That'll do it for this edition of the High School Blitz, brought to you by the American-Statesman. TJ and I thank you for joining us every week. And as we like to say in the business, we hope your favorite team wins.